I'm just going to do a demo on the GJ multi-pick. There's a few questions I see get asked. What locks can it do? Can it do this lock? Can it do that? I'm just going to run through and do as many as I can. It's not going to be a tutorial as to how I'm picking them. I might give up some tips, but obviously as this is going on open forum, I'm not going to go into in an in-depth review. Though if people are happy and they want that, I can do some videos on particular locks. I know Dave Duffy does a few. So I'm just going to go through the versatility of this tool and the different tips. So I'm going to run through the different tips for curtained locks, non-BS and BS, and I'm going to hopefully try and do a 3-lever and maybe even do padlocks. I'll just see how long I get onto the video. These locks, I have picked them before. I wouldn't say that there's something I do daily. I haven't done these for a little while. I've just been a bit too busy with other bits and pieces, so there may be a couple in there that take me a bit of a while to get round. Leg isn't a great lock, a bit time consuming to do a leg, but I will do one on the video. I'm going to be doing all these left-handed purely because it saves on messing around, swapping tips for and wires and everything else like that. So, well, not that you need to change the tips, but just changing wires. So for quickness and ease, I'm just going to do them all left-handed, and then at a later date, if someone's worried that I'm only doing them left-handed and I can't do them right-handed, I'll do another video doing the same locks but doing them right-handed if that's what's wanted. So yeah, so hopefully this video will be of some help. So let's do a ERA Pro Fit. Not the nicest of locks to pick, purely because of the anti-picks in these. There is a method to picking these locks. So I've got the 7-gauge tip on there at the minute. So I'm just going to go through, and as I say, I'm not really going to offer up much in the way of info on how to pick these, but it's just more of to show what this multi-pick can do with a, on a day-to-day basis. Right, so that sounds like it's in its gate. We've got a low lever because I haven't got 3-1 of the pack. Okay. I need to corkscrew underneath the low lift. There we go, a big anti-pick. So using it to my advantage, lever number 2 is binding. So that's where I've gone wrong. I think that was a high lift, so I haven't lifted that high enough where it's dropped down. Okay, 1's fine. 2. 1, 2, 2, 3. Let's go back. 4's a low lever, it's going to go underneath that. 1's fine, 2's fine, 3 feels fine, so it's just 4. And again, this time it's lever number 4, so as that's a low lift, I've obviously overlifted that and engaged in the anti-picks in the bottom of the gate, in the bottom of the gate. One's fine, 2, 3, 2 and 3 seem fine. corkscrew under 4, 5 is fine, back out, 1 just need a tiny little nudge, right, 4 I've got a slight bit of movement on that, 1's fine, so I think something just needs a little bit of a nudge. Oh, and again. This time it's 3. 5. Hopefully I'll be quicker through some of these other ones, but as I say, I haven't picked these for a while, so I'll probably not help myself here. Right, leave them. We know 4's low. Corkscrew underneath that. Check 5. 5's fine. Back out. 1 minute nudge, that's fine. 2's in. 2 and 3 have stayed there. There we go. Okay, so we can tick that one off the list. What are we doing? Let's do the strong bolt. Strong bolts, these can be a bit tricky, require feather tension, feather-like tension, but a bit of playing left and right with these to get them to pick. Okay. Hopefully we can get through this a bit quicker then. I'm using really light tension and I can hear when I'm in the gate. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is easy with these to overset. As you can see, I've done myself no favours. I should have practiced on these first, but then it shows you in real life. There you go. Okay, so that's a strong bolt done. So we've done an ERA Pro Fit Union strong bolt. We've got another strong bolt. Do we really want to do another one? No. Right, we've got enough to go through. Right, let's do the Union 2143E. I quite like picking these locks and they're quite common for me. Though using the decoder is pretty much perfect as well, the GJ decoder. As again, you see, I'm not changing tips, I'm not changing wires. Just finding that winding lever. There we go, that's a nice one. That's why I like these, because the feedback on these, and when you're in the gate and anti-bits, they're so easy to read. So you can sort of decode these ones when you're picking them as well. So that's the Union 2143E done. Let's do the leg now. These ain't my favourite locks. Purely because they can be quite time consuming, and I don't always curtain pick these first, but obviously it's always handy to know to pick these. Okay, so I just swapped to a lever that's the same as the lever I was just using, but I've just thinned one down the top of it for my picking style. Okay, so obviously these are the same as the ASEC, so you pick them exactly the same. You may hear the pops and clicks on the video. That's just me working my way through the lock. There is a picking process to these, but as I said, I'm happy to do a video if enough people are interested. I know sometimes it's better to have a couple of ideas from different people, and as I said, Dave Duffy does a few videos, but if people make a comment and they want other videos on there, I don't mind putting a few together. Right, so we had a nice big jump on the bolt there. And these are why they're not one of my favourite locks. There we go. Okay. Bit tricky, it's doable. Some of them can be a real nightmare. They will always go, but it's just understanding the picking process and the way that levers work in that. So we've done that. Let's do the Euro Spec EZT E-Star S, also known as. I'm trying to fly through these guys. One, to keep the video short. I don't get these very often, but they do crop up, you know, maybe a couple a year. Again, a nice lock to learn curtain picking on. So for those of you who are new to picking, I'd say get your hands on a few of these and just practice. Also, the picking, the way that these levers work are not the same as your normal pivot post and hinge pivots. I've just lost that. These work on like a hinged. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate and pick at the same time. They're on like a sliding pivot, so they sort of pivot up and down on an arc. But once you know the picking process on these, I felt the bolt move slightly then. Right, so that's what I'm looking for, that big kick. So now I've just got to find here we go. Okay, so that's the Eurospec Easy T E-Star RS. I probably made that look a bit harder than it needed to be be honest, but let's do an eclipse following that. Again, I very rarely come across these anymore. I did have a spate of them probably about 3-4 years ago, but I think they all end up failing or being changed anyway, so thankfully, because they don't really offer much security, these locks. There is a flaw in these locks, which is what makes these locks quite easy to pick. As I said, I'm not going to discuss it on here, and Dave Duffy discussed it recently, but these require firm tension. Also, if you go onto GJ Jones' website, he does have videos of these locks. So if you register, you can actually get onto the website, and there is some tutorials on there which I have helped him do by doing the videos and sending them to him, and he tends to use them. So there is a bit of a tutorial, but you have to register, but otherwise, if there's enough requirement from on the forums, and as I said, I will make some other videos, or if someone's got a lot to do. I can do 114Es, 114s. Being honest, I don't normally pick them, curtain pick them. I normally use the decoder on them. Might have to change the wire. I'm probably not using the best wire for this one. Again, a simple lock, and I made it look like it's hard. I had a little bit of movement in, so we might be on the right track still. I think 4 I've lifted. Oh, there we go. Managed to salvage it, although I probably should have started again, it'd probably been quicker. So that's the Eclipse, Secure Fast Cube, Davenport Burgess is another one of these. Quite good to ID because of the way that the curtain runs, the way the hard plate is over the curtain. That's that one done. Let's go for Fortress there. I like picking these. Again, this is probably one of the most common locks for all the UK, and I think probably most of us have come across these at some point. If not, they're daily. Some people fit them. So picking process on these is really light tension. Also, when you're picking these, it's quite easy to hear when you're in the gate and then you're in the anti-pick. So that's one of the nice features on this lock when you're learning to pick them. It's just making sure you don't over tension the lock, which will just make life harder for yourself. He says probably using too much tension then. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice kick on the bolt. So we've got 5's picked, 4's picked, freeze picks. You might hear them clicking on the... So we need to lift 2, it's binding now. There we go. 1 just required a nudge. Okay, so that's the Era Fortress. The picking process is relatively the same as the Strongbolt and the Yale version. I can't think of the model number on the top of my head. So then we're going to do a wall saw. These locks is the newer one where you can't back turn the bolt when it's locked. Also, I've seen these badged up as Forge and Arrow, I think it is, or Abus. Arrow, I think it is. Let's tension that. The anti-picks in these are a nightmare. They're not very forgiving, these locks, when you're picking them. Hopefully we can do it with... Yeah, normally when these go into anti-pick, you've got no choice but to reset the lock. They definitely don't like being forced out of anti-pick. Oh, that was nice and easy. Alright, to be honest, I thought I was going to struggle with that one probably more than I did with the Era Profit, because the anti-picks in these are probably worse sometimes with an Era Profit because of the way they're worn and that you can pick out of them, but I'm happy with that one. Okay, so that's probably all of the BS I'm going to do for now. So what we've got, 2, 4, 6, 8, so we've done 8 locks there. Actually, let's do this one. These locks just require a shed load of tension, and that's why I like this pick, because you can almost hang on the back of the tool and not worry about it snapping. So, but they do require a fierce amount of tension on these, to the point where you do worry, but you know it's not going to damage your tool. So you crank on the tension. I'm holding it a bit funny to... Oh no, nice big bit of movement then. It does feel like sometimes you're going to snap your wire, but you just have to just ease off at the sort of same times as you try and lift the lever, and just hopefully don't drop them all. I think I'll have to just restart that again. Alright, so crank on the tension. There's quite a bit of play on that bolt. I'm hoping this one ain't going to be one that lets me down. This is one where your fingertips will... Oh, there we go. This is one where you will see your fingertips going white, and you're sort of thinking, really, do I really need that much tension? But it's probably one of the only locks that requires that amount of tension, apart from maybe a 110. But I'm not going to demo that on the video today, because sometimes they can take ages to pick. But I have picked 110s with this pick as well, just to let you know. And again, I can do a video on that if people want to see it. So that's the Union 5 lever security. Okay, so let's do a Union 2177, if memory, I'm sure that's the code for these. So we're going to have to change the tips to 2 and 1. So we want the left hand one. That's that one. That's why I like this, the flexibility of this tool and the way that you can just interchange the parts. you know, that's why I use this on my repos and things like that, is because it's such a universal tool, multi-purpose, and I suppose that's why I haven't called it multi-pick. Nice bit of kick on the bolt then. Well, making it look really hard, these. Oh, big kick then. There we go. I overlifted one of them levers, and I think it was lever 2. I overlifted. I knew I'd done it, and so I basically just backed off the tension slightly and just let it just sort of wobble down back into the right place. Some of these just literally go in seconds, so I made that look pretty hard work. So what we're running at now, alright, what I might do is just quickly do one of the lever padlocks. Again, something that's quite common for me on commercials. Why I like these, because purely, it's going to probably take me a couple of minutes to set this up. I was hoping to get this done in under 30 minutes. There is a load of other locks out there that I could do. What else you've got? You've got the, I haven't got one to hand, but Secure Fast, the black Secure Fast. I'll do these, although to be honest I wouldn't necessarily always spend my time on curtain picking one of them if you've got the decoder, because the decoder just, you know, it just makes sense to use the decoder. So I won't waste my time necessarily always picking one of them, unless I'm at the door and I'll just give it a quick run through, you know, rather than going back to the van to get the decoder. Okay, so this is basically it's a Wix's one, but it's Wix's branded version, which is just an ERA really. Let's use a small wire. Really good feedback on these padlocks. You can pretty much tell when they're going to go. So I'm going to, it's a 5 lever. It's a nice little bit of movement on that bolt then, and that's why I like these, because you, as you're going through and you're picking, you can kind of tell when you're getting somewhere, because you're the T-bar, another little bit of movement as T-bar starts to move around, as closer you get in again. I have got, I don't know if I've got it to hand, oh there we go, it sounded a bit violent that, but oh. So I'm doing a bit cack-handed here. Okay, so that's the 5 lever padlock. I have got a square one, insurance approved. It's the same principle of picking it. So yeah, so that is pretty much. I'm just trying to see if I've got anything within reach that we could try picking. Nothing really in range. But that's it for now. So obviously that's a good run of locks there. So we've done 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 deadlocks and a lever padlock, all with one tool, pretty much 2 wires and a couple of different tips. So hopefully that shows people the universal use of this tool. And I'm losing my speech here. Any questions, guys, just give me a message and I'll try and answer them, or if you've got any ideas that you'd like me to try, I will try and do a similar video. I have done one, but I might edit it a little bit because there's a couple of new tools since I last done it, but on the cylinder picks, so doing Ultian, Garrison, ABS, R6, integrator, I've probably missed one out there somewhere, and then maybe even look at doing the locks of vans. But anyway guys, take care, bye.